Hello again. I think that's the human equivalent of the thing you see when you turn on your PC. I just realized that now because everything or I feel like a lot of things have, or machines if you may, have that before they start working there's this period of figuring out how their insides are supposed to work. And for me, I think that's how this mechanism expresses that. So pardon the thing, or maybe not pardon, I don't know. I hope there is enough space for me to have that kind of Windows intro. Windows, or the before a machine starts, why did I just say because? Well, I can go straight to it, and I'm sorry again for my voice because it feels like I'm using my mini voice because it's Saturday and there are people in here. Anyway, I have questions, and these questions formulated while I was taking a shower. And before I took a shower, a video of a reel, I think now it's called a reel of an influencer passed by my feed, and that's where the question came from. I realized I thought of the concept that do you ever think that influencers are just extended versions of mannequins? maybe that's why they aren't allowed to show a lot of their personality while they're doing their job. Basically they're doing their job to promote some products and all of these things or services. I don't know, like you don't really see much of their personalities on social media or whatsoever. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they're just doing their job as being extended versions of mannequins, like talking mannequins. Yeah, I thought of that while I was, washing my physical form. Anyway, yeah, maybe they have this very vibrant or colorful and sorry, I get distracted because the door opened outside. Well, maybe they have this vibrant personality that they don't really or they can't really show on the camera because it's gonna divide the audiences. Could be because they can stand up for something and some people may disagree on it, and in the end they won't buy They won't buy the product that they are endorsing just because they show a deeper side to their personality or their perspectives or their opinions about things. Maybe they are not allowed to do that. They just exist to endorse on the social media realm. Could be. That's what I thought on the while. Yeah, sorry, I got lost and repeated myself again. Well, and next to that, this question I actually thought of yesterday. It's about overthinking, and I kind of have this sort of checking if the concept of overthinking is really real. Is overthinking real? Like the concept, is it real? Because if you think, I was on the bus, by the way, when I was thinking of this. Because if you think, I was passing the bus, no? I was passing the bus. Passing some buildings, some houses, the streets, and etc. My heart beats so fast when I get excited about what I'm talking about. So, pardon my shortness of breath. Anyway. So, overthinking, like, I was thinking of, I was watching the houses and the buildings, the residential buildings, and I'm like, someone has to think about this for this to stand on the ground and for people to actually exist in here without it falling apart. Someone has to think of the electricity, of the wires, of how the water works or the toilet systems work in this like stacked apartments on top of each other. Someone has to think about this, and someone has to think of like when the strong winds come, someone has to think that this building will not fall, just fall down. And the harsh winters, someone has to consider what to do when there are harsh, like snowstorm or something, so that it will not break the windows or whatever. Someone has to think about all these things, and that's overthinking. That has something to do with overthinking. Like literally, someone has to think about different perspectives just to make the building possible or the house possible and livable, and the streets. Someone has to think that, oh, it should carry the weight of the cars and the trucks and the everything, and people can walk while there are cars. Someone has to think of how to construct a street in a way that can accommodate all of the weight, that is all of the movement. Someone has to think of it. And isn't that overthinking, like, on its own? And I kind of played on the idea of is it only considered overthinking if you're not paid to do it? Like, like, for some reason, I don't believe in the concept of overthinking. Yeah, I don't believe in the concept of overthinking. I believe that there are ways of thinking that produces unhealthy outcomes. But overthinking, like, what kind of word is that? What kind of concept is that? Like, for example, I can give you another example again. There was this one time my health that I have been summoned because my help was needed about something. And so if somebody asks for my help, especially a friend, I make sure that that they'll get the help that I'm capable of giving in the time frame that I have. And so I was doing the thing, no? I was doing the thing, and suddenly one person came in, and I was asking the opinion of my friend and another person about how they think of the project or the positioning of the thing that I was putting on the yeah. And this person that entered the scene sort of said, well, you're overthinking. I think you're overthinking things. I'm like, is there overthinking when it comes to art? Is there overthinking in the creative realm? Maybe there is some sort of thinking that takes you out of the present moment in some art forms, which requires you to be in the present moment, but at that particular situation, I feel like the term overthinking doesn't fit, because I'm designing something and I have to have a look of how it looks from afar, but I cannot chop myself in order for me to hold what I was holding and view it from afar. I need one person or more than one person to have a look if this thing is going well or not, because I cannot do it for myself. Or maybe I can ask another person to do what I am doing, and then I'll have a look if it looks right or if it looks proper. But yeah, that just kind of made me question the concept of overthinking in general. Like, is it really real? Who came up with the term of overthinking? Why? There are thinking, like I said before, there are ways of thinking that produces unhealthy physiological responses or psychological reactions. There are ways of thinking that produces unhealthy psychological manifestations, if you may. But overthinking, does it really exist? I feel like I'm talking very weird because and there's one more, by the way. I have one more question. I forgot what it is. Aray. Now I remember. When you are staring at the sky, do you also feel like you suddenly gain access to the wisdom of your ancestors? Because that's how it feels. That's how it feels to me when I look at the sky long enough. I feel like I gain access to the wisdom of the ancestors, or the collective consciousness, if you may, or something beyond, what's beyond the reality of the blue that I am seeing. Like I feel like I can like like how'd you say, I feel like I can get past the blue, like this orb of, imagine this is the earth, and my fingers are the blue sky, and it's surrounding the earth. I feel like I can through it and gain access to whatever wisdom that lies beyond the realm of being human or something. Is that how it feels like to you as well? Yeah, I think those are the questions I have for now. And I'm really interested about what you think about them, or how, or the answers, or or the answers that you may have. I'm really curious about what you think. So please, if you have time, let's discuss this.